too much energy, as we talked about. You got to control that energy, and instead she goes over. She has to totally make up this part of the routine and try and get back into the rhythm of the exercise.
Actually, all things considered, that was a remarkable recovery.
Very well done. Nice giant swings to a tuck double back, and that's high. It's just too bad she got off to such a rough start.
So there are two events yet to come, the balance beam and the floor exercise. You'll see Corinne Wright, who will have them on their feet here in Houston. It's a near capacity crowd. What great crowds we have had. Over 5,000 for rhythmic gymnastics, the largest crowd to ever see that sport in the United States. Last night, 12,000 plus were here for the men's final. We will tabulate the results on the uneven bars. Jennifer Barton tonight a 9.20, a total of 18.25. Denise Villers a 9.10 tonight, an 18.25. Phoebe Mills, a gold medal performance, perhaps. We'll have to total it up. 18.65. Robin Richter, 18.60. Kelly Garrison dipped down with an 18.35. And Beth Hansen, an 18.25. We are just beginning the balance beam. The results in the uneven bars. The gold medal goes to 13-year-old Phoebe Mills. Robin Richter out of Lincoln, Nebraska gets the silver, and Jennifer Barton out of Jacksonville, Florida, the bronze belongs to her. First up now on the balance beam, Dana Lister, just 13, out of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
This is a great event for Dana. I'm so pleased to see her competing in finals here against some of the strongest competition we have going in the United States on the balance beam. Both Phoebe Mills and Christy Phillips, of course, being outstanding. But Dana is definitely in their class. She does all of the difficulty. She has nice, elegant movement. Very clean, full turn. Nice split leap. Maybe just a little off on that aerial cartwheel, but she keeps her arms moving and keeps the rhythm of the exercise. What a great shot at a perfectly straight, round off, laid out backflip. That's a great combination, and she did it perfectly. Oop, that was fun. And a great double twist dismount, a very clean routine all the way throughout.
Dana Lister is 13 out of Tulsa. She is coached by Christy Kraft at Gymnastics Country USA in Tulsa. She attends Metro Christian Academy. She said her favorite event is the beam. And if the name Lister sounds familiar, it should. Her sister Dakin is a member of the U.S. National Gymnastics team.
Here's a good look at just how perilous those feet placements have to be on the beam. She has good turnout, which of course provides the strongest landing position and the strongest hip flexion so that she can maintain control on the beam throughout the exercise.
That was National Rhythmic Gymnastics. I get a little tongue-tied. Sitting next to you for 4 days and watching you do autographs.
Never do a lot.
Score 9.35.
Christy has already won the gold in the all-round, the gold in the vault here tonight. You know her by now. 14 from Baton Rouge, just down the pike.
We saw this routine in the preliminaries, and it was great. She got a 9.75. Let's see if she can repeat. Okay, here comes one of the more difficult acrobatic movements. Round off, lay out back. Perfect. Right on top, and it was so high. Nice split leap. Perfect. Back straddle down. We said at the top of the show, one of the greatest qualities that Christy has going for her is that she can do all of the acrobatic movements and that watch some of this stuff. There's the reverse plunge.
Helps to be flexible.
That is unbelievable. And there's the Phillips. It's a straddled reverse plunge where her back is actually bent at 90 degrees.
Behind her on the beam, Bella is doing some of the same contortions down on the ground. He really gets into it when his kids are out there.
Oh, did she nail that? Now, that was a side somersault, and I watched her do it twice in the warm-ups, and she fell off both times. But what a competitor she is. When she gets in the performance competition, she's getting after it. What a great dismount. A pike double back. She is hot.
Yeah, that was good.
The
best routine of your life.
Hey, you little sucker. Wait. That was a good one.
A standing ovation here in the Summit in Houston for Christy Phillips, 14 out of Baton Rouge.
That was a good. Holy smoke, that was a good one. That was a good hit.
She needed a 9.05. No doubt at all that she got at least that and much more. 9.80 for Christy Phillips. There's your new leader. Little hug from Dana Lister.
She seems pretty pleased to have that one over with. I don't know what it is about Bella Caroli, but he says every time they come off, he says, the routine of your life. I don't know how he continues to get the best routine of their lives every time. But you can see once again here, she has tremendous work in this handstand, reverse planche. Now she's going to straddle. Ouch. That doesn't look that comfortable, Jim. Okay, here's the dismount. And she totally nails this. This is great. It's a round off, pike double back. She took a step on it the night before. But boom, what a landing.
And what a reaction by the coach, Bella Caroli. Watch him. Ah, yes, the routine of your life. Tough spot to be in right now. There's your leader, Christy Phillips. Tough spot to be in for a youngster out of Cincinnati, 16 years old, Catherine Kelleher. To follow a performance like that, the crowd was up. Everybody was distracted. And Catherine up on the beam right now. So this really takes concentration.
I kind of know what this is like because having competed with some of the best men gymnasts in the country, I always ended up going up after Mitch Gaylord or Peter Vidmar or Jim Hartung, Scott Johnson, Tim Daggett, some of those really strong competitors.
Catherine Kelleher, coached by Gary Warren at Queen City Gymnastics in Cincinnati. Her favorite event, the uneven bars. It's her first year on the senior national team. She's ranked 18th right now, and a nice performance for Catherine. She qualified fourth with a 9.25. She needed a 10.30. Impossible, of course, to catch Christy Phillips. Dana Lister currently is holding on to the second spot. Robin Richter, who has already picked up a silver medal in the uneven bars, up next. Robin with a 9.10 the other night, so she's got a long way to go to get the gold. 9th in the balance beam at the championships this year.
She had a very exciting competition at the championships this year. She was very consistent, and it was a surprise to see us that she placed so high, but she's now a very strong member of the national team. She was 13th in the all-around at those competitions in Indianapolis just about 2 months ago.
Indianapolis, one of the cities bidding for the sports festival in 1989. Really can't say enough about the people here in Houston. They just put on a terrific show.
And they are really supporting all of the gymnasts, not just their hometown favorites. There's a stoop through to a straddled V-seat. Nice jump combination. Split jump, straight jump. Beautiful. Switch legs split leap. Very high. Tremendous amplitude. That's one of the things that the judges are looking for, is that throughout the exercise she has good extension in the legs. She works high up on her toes, and on the acrobatic movements she gets tremendous height above the beam. Back handspring to a layout. Tremendous work. It looked to me like she was a little bit off, but she compensated beautifully. Even there, she was a little off on that full turn. She went full and a quarter, but she had nice arm movements, and she kept the rhythm of the exercise moving.
Now, Bart, Robin is one of the taller on the beam, and even 5 feet. How important is size here?
Well, you find that the best gymnasts in the world are really very short and very small. 5 feet is probably one of the taller of the top gymnasts we have going. And there's a very simple full twist dismount, but there was plenty of difficulty earlier in the exercise, so it'll score pretty well.
Robin Lichter out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Currently 13th on the U.S. national team, coached by Petty Liddick at the Nebraska School of Gymnastics in Lincoln. First year in the national senior team.
Here's the handstand. Now watch this. She's going to stoop through. You got to have either really short legs or really long arms to do that. And there's a V-seat in the straddle position. Now here's the back handspring to the layout. Good position. It looked to me like she was maybe just leaning a little bit, but she did a great job in keeping it moving. Never a bobble. And here's the dismount. Now, this is only a backflip with a full twist. It's a relatively easy dismount, and they'll have to make a deduction because it isn't commensurate with the rest of the difficulty in the exercise. But still a very good routine for Robin.
Out of St. Joseph's Catholic High School, Robin Richter, a 9.40. That puts her in the fourth spot, 18.50. Another member of the West team, Lisa Panzeroni right now. 4'11", 82 pounds. If you were 4'11" and 182 pounds, you'd be sitting alongside Bart and as an announcer.
Okay, here's a press to a handstand in a stagged position. Now she's going to plunge down. That's a beautiful position. Now she has really nice extension in her legs. Perfect line. Okay, here we go. That's a nice move. That's a swing through to a layout backflip. Very nice work. Handspring walkout. It looks simple, but that's a pretty hard move. Okay, she's setting up now for her next tumbling combination. Whoa, that was a back handspring to a laid out backflip, and there was no way she could stay on that one. That was a nice straddle jump, working on the side of the beam, facing sideways, I should say. She has quite a good deal of difficulty, but the exercise is a little choppy, but a very nice dismount with a double twist.
Sixth on the junior team nationally out of Columbus, Ohio. She's coached by Bill and Donna Strauss at the Parkettes in Allentown. Lisa Panzeroni.
Okay, there's the back handspring to the layout. And she was off, and boy, you'll fight like crazy, but there's nothing that you can do.
That is a frustrating feeling, isn't it?
You can see right there that her foot was off.
Gone.
And then it's bye-bye. That's 0.5 of a point deduction for a fall.
Yet to go, one of Bella's kids, Phoebe Mills. As we wait for the score for Lisa, she needed a 10.40 to overtake Christy Phillips. Impossible, of course. But there is Phoebe, first in the balance beam at the Canadian Classic this year. For Lisa, 8.80, 17.95, far down on the list. Phillips in the top spot, Dana Lister second, Catherine Kelleher third. Where will Phoebe Mills finish up? She qualified with a 9.60. She has already collected a silver in the all-round, a gold here tonight in the uneven, and a silver in the vault.
Very nice head spring mount. She was outstanding the other night in the all-around competition on the balance beam. It was a very critical event for her. And here comes some of the big acrobatic move. Back handspring, layout, layout. Oh. And you can see Bella Caroli in the background helping her through this exercise.
He was creating some wind currents to keep her on the beam. When you're on the beam, what's the biggest distraction you face?
Well, I think that certainly there's good and bad when you have a big, loud, boisterous crowd. They can inspire you, but certainly if you hear some distracting noises, it's very important that the gymnast not lose her concentration. Boy, there was another swing through layout. But you can see that she is keeping very good control, and she looks completely zeroed in, and you have to be if you're going to do these kinds of acrobatic skills. That was a perfect front, a little wobbly when she tried to stand up out of it. It's a Y scale. now. She's going to set up for her dismount. Will be a round off to a double back.
Get
Here we
up.
go. Oh, just a little short.